Artificial intelligence has taken over faster than any of us could have ever imagined. While it's not perfect, it's well on its way. And today, I'm going to be putting that perfection to the test. I'm going to be predicting the outcomes of NFL games along with my AI counterpart to see who's better, AI or humans. Stick around for the results. There's an ongoing debate right now.
You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word.
Oh, give me a...
As to who's better at doing these simple tasks that AI bots are being asked to do.
You're the worst president America has ever had.
Hey,
Come
Joe,
on.
And the answer is, well, it depends on how you look at it. ChatGPT can write you a well-thought-out intellectual essay about anything you desire. AI bots like Midjourney and DALL-E can create text-based images. There's even text-to-video processors that are slowly rolling out, like Pika Labs and Runway ML. And these processors are amazing. Now, humans are more than capable of writing essays and producing videos and images. And a lot of humans can actually outperform these AI bots due to their restraints. However, humans cannot even come close to the time that it takes for ChatGPT to write an essay and for Midjourney to create an amazing photo. Moreover, there is one thing that humans nor AI can do 100% accurately. Today, we are going to see who can correctly predict the outcome of more NFL games. Me with my human brain, or an AI with its AI brain. But before we get into the predictions, let's get into some pros and cons about humans' predictions and AI predictions, and the differences between the two of them. And my AI friend should be joining me soon, but he's fashionably late. Probably at Alexa's house. That little slut.
Fuck you!
Sorry guys, I'm on my way.
And to help me out with these AI versus human NFL predictions is my best artificial friend, also artificial quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes.
Hello everybody, I'm excited to be here. My sole purpose today is to prove you idiot humans wrong and shit on this loser with my picks.
Now in one corner, we have the OGs, the classics, the bags of blood and bones, the humans. Now obviously there are all different types of knowledge levels when it comes to football. So for this video, we're going to assume that our human is up to date on everything NFL, aka me. Humans have been making predictions about NFL games since the NFL's inception in 1920. Everyone from the average couch potato at home to the expert NFL analysts like to make their NFL predictions. Now, why is a simple pick between two teams so fun for millions around the world? Emotion.
Humans are emotional little tramps who let emotion interfere with everything.
Shut the fuck up, Patrick. Say some dumb shit like that again and I'm pulling your plug.
Emotion drives us to be who we are, to say what we say, and to do what we do. This is the main factor that decides what human brains are and what AI brains are. However, emotion is also one of the biggest variables when it comes to picking NFL games for humans. Give a list of NFL games to a Packers fan and a Bears fan, and 90% of the time the Packers fan is gonna pick the Packers and the Bears fan is gonna pick the Bears.
Now, we drive it through the heart.
Bias and emotion is a human's biggest flaw when it comes to making decisions. Us humans have years of football knowledge and have spent years learning the game of football, which makes us very good at deciding who we think will win an NFL game. Some of the factors that have a great impact on the outcome are player injury, weather, and many more. Imagine not knowing what the weather is like.
Oh, I know what it's like. All I gotta do is ask your mom. I was at her house earlier. Thanks, bro. I bring a whole new element into the art of predicting NFL games. The way I'm able to make these predictions is through the use of leveraging advanced data analytics, computer vision, and natural language processing to better understand players.
To put it in more simple terms, all he's really doing is analyzing a bunch of formulas and numbers and finding the answers to those formulas.
Why do humans always need things simplified? It's like you people lose more and more brain cells by the day. Fun fact, USAI algorithms were actually introduced all the way back in 1990 to analyze game strategies and player performance. Today we are used for multiple different reasons, including player safety, injury prevention, and fan engagement.
We are prepared to take over the NFL and completely extinct the use of humans and replace them with AI superbots to give humans the ultimate viewing experience.
Oops. Sorry, I think that was just a glitch in my system. The biggest step above humans that we have is that we operate free of emotion and bias. We have no hidden agendas when it comes to making our picks. This impartiality ensures that our predictions remain free from the sway of biases, making us a very consistent performer. My ability to scour the internet and analyze over 1,000 data points per second is worlds beyond what any basic human brain can do. These data points offer an extensive range of statistics, trends, and historical data, giving me a panoramic view of the game's dynamics.
One more leg up that humans have on robots is adaptability, the key to survival.
You won't be saying that when the humans are extinct and I am ruling this world.
Or in our case, the key to predict games more accurately. Humans are agile thinkers and have the ability to make adjustments based on unexpected events such as player injury, unexpected changes of team strategy, and weather disturbances.
That is correct. US AI models struggle to adapt to unanticipated circumstances as my predictions primarily rely on past data. It's as if we are stuck reading yesterday's playbook.
Alright, well, that's just a little bit of information to keep in mind when comparing our picks to Patrick's.
Enough of the chitter chatter, let's get into the fun stuff.
Game 1, Titans vs. Ravens. Prime example of emotion getting in the way of making my picks. I will never pick the Ravens in a game if it's the last thing I do. This makes me 0-1 and Patrick 1-0.
This idiot and I both picked Hotlanta this week to beat the Commies. The Falcons were coming off a pretty good win against the Texans last week, and the Commies just got embarrassed by the Bears. Seemed like a pretty easy pick, but once again Atlanta disappoints. I am now 1-1 and fuckwad over here is 0-2.
For some reason, I had a feeling Chicago was going to beat Minnesota this week. Minnesota has been very disappointing this year, and they don't have Jay Jettas right now. Well, my gut was wrong, and Minnesota beat Chicago in one of the ugliest games of the year. I fall to 0-3, and Patrick is now 2-1.
Seattle has looked very good this year. Coming off a bye week, they were very well rested and had a chance to get healthy. However, the Bengals pull the same shit every year. They start off slow and then slowly start to look like one of the top teams in the league. They put up some serious numbers on the Cards last week, and neither of us saw the Hawks beating the Bengals, even though it was a pretty shitty game. I am now 3-1, and I am murdering this guy who is now 1-3. I only pray I don't have to face my dad in the playoffs.
This one was supposed to be one of the locks of the week. The Niners looked unbeatable, and for a minute I seriously thought they could go for an undefeated season. But Brock Purdy got exposed without his superstars on offense, and PJ Walker and the Browns beat them in another ugly game this week. I fall to 1-4, and Patrick is a 3-2.
This one was the battle of the unknowns. The Saints have looked very good and also very bad this year, and the same thing goes for the Texans. CJ Stroud does look like one of the better quarterbacks this year, but we both felt that the Saints were just a more complete and well-rounded team. We were wrong, and the Texans beat the Saints in once again another boring game this week. I fall to 3-3, and he is now 1-5.
This one felt like a hard one for me. Even though Anthony Richardson might be out for the year with a shoulder injury, I felt that Gardner Minshew could step up and take the league by storm. I couldn't have been more wrong, and the Jags pummeled the Colts. I am now an abysmal 1-6, and Mahomes is 4-3.
Not much to say about this game. Miami is one of the best teams in the NFL this season, and they once again proved that today by dominating the Panthers. We both took the obvious choice in this one. I improved to 5-3, and he is now 2-6.
The Patriots surely can't be this bad, right? They will for sure beat the struggling Raiders team, right? Wrong. I'm coping at this point. Picking against Patrick to improve my record, and it's not going my way, as the Pats are really that bad of a team, and probably the worst team in the league this season. Pat is now 6-3, and I am crying with a record of 2-7.
The Detroit Lions and MCDC are out here steamrolling their competition. They have not lost since week 2 in overtime to Seattle, a game realistically. They should have won. They are poised to end a 31-year playoff win drought and honestly probably the best team in the NFL after this week. Who else finds that crazy? Never thought the Lions would be number one in my lifetime, but it is 2023, so anything can happen. We both predict this correctly, and I am now 7-3, and he is 3-7.
Talk about a couple of irrelevant and boring teams. The Cards were expected to be contenders for the number one pick next year, and they are holding true to that. The Rams look a little better than expected, but still not great. Still, much better than Arizona. The Rams beat the Cardinals pretty easily, and I am now 4-7, and Mahomes is 8-3.
Even though the Eagles were pretty beat up and missing a couple of their star players, they were still supposed to beat the struggling Zach Wilson-led Jets. But Jalen Hurts sucked, and nobody on the Eagles could get anything going. The Jets sucked pretty bad too, but they sucked less than the Eagles, and they managed to get the win in a nail-biter. I am 8-4, and he is now 4-8.
Holy shit, this was definitely the steamer of the week. The most boring primetime game of the year by a landslide. We expected the Giants to look like shit, but the Bills? Come on now, they looked like hot ass. But they still managed to get the dub. This one was tough to watch, but regardless, the Bills, who we all thought was gonna win, won. I improved to 5-8, and Patrick is 9-4.
Fuck the Cowgirls! Once again, the Chargers chargered their way out of another win. They cannot stop getting in their own way. And for the Cowgirls, they are lucky they have an okay defense, because without it, Dak would look like the worst quarterback in the league. I improved to 10-4, and this trasher is 6-8.
The first game of the week was a pretty obvious one to decide. The Broncos were holding on for dear life there for a while, but the Chiefs eventually pulled away with the win. They didn't look good though, but the Chiefs are the Chiefs, so what can you expect from them? That's now 16 straight wins against the Broncos, who are currently a poverty franchise.
I finished with a record of 7-8, and Patrick smothers me with a record of 11-4.
Hell yeah, baby, Chiefs Kingdom all the way for the second year in a row.
Alright, and there you have it, folks. AI is clearly better at predicting the outcomes of NFL games, simply because I have feelings and emotions. Patrick has stats. Comment down below if you guys want to see round 2 or any other video ideas you want to see. So long from me and Patrick.
Bye, everybody. Have a shitty day.